It's a little bit of an oxymoron to produce a guide for a social media network. Social media, after all, is supposed to be intuitive. So why should we need a guide in order to socialize? It should come naturally, right? Well, no. Social media is a conversation. And just like any conversation you have in the offline world, there's a skill and an art involved to holding a conversation online. There are things you can learn to do, which is where the skill comes in. And there is an art side in how you do them. You are probably already active on Facebook and Twitter and already know that each has its own culture. Google Plus is no different. The way Google Plus works is like a social network, although it is a little bit different from what you know already. And the difference is that you essentially go there to follow people whom you don't already know, but whose content or ideas or suggestions may be of interest to you. So you start off by checking always your stream, and then you check notifications, to which I'm going to come back in a second. The stream is where all the important posts appear. If you haven't got enough posts in your stream, then you're not following enough people and you need to start interacting. You plus one posts you think are of interest to you and you show your appreciation of them. And here I'm just looking for something to actually look at in detail, and do find a post about Facebook which I find of interest. So I'm going to open this one up now. And I'm going to see if it is as interesting as it looks. So I'm just waiting for it to load. And if it is as interesting as it looks, I'm obviously going to read it, but I'm going to interact with the person who made the post, who put the post in the stream itself. And it is this degree of interaction which goes on between individuals in the Google Plus environment, which creates the online conversation. And obviously this is just one aspect of the conversation itself. And here you can see I'm plus oneing the post simply to say that, I like the post and I'm acknowledging it. I don't really know this individual yet, so he's under a little bit of a test, so we say. Now you can follow people directly from their website if you have websites which you already follow and you want to see their content they post and be notified in Google Plus. Then you can just follow them from their profile on their website and add them to your circles from their website, and you will see that content which they post in Google Plus. Now when you go to Google Plus, if you don't have enough content in your stream, perhaps you're not having enough interaction, you can post something yourself and see how it starts off. And it helps to think of it as a cocktail party with the exact same mentality. And as in a cocktail party, it is full of people who may be interesting. You're not sure how valuable their contribution to the conversation is going to be and how they're going to interact with you. So simply, you post something up and see how people interact and who interacts with you. And you begin a tentative conversation of sorts. And before too long, if you keep this up over a number of a few days or a couple of weeks, you will find a circle of people who you start to feel familiar with. And this is exactly the kind of conversation that goes on. And you can see here I'm just checking notifications to see who has interacted with previous posts or what the feedback is on posts I've already made. And here I'm plus oneing a comment somebody made in another post, simply to show again my appreciation of that person's comment. Now I'm back on the stream and I'm looking for some interesting content to share. I'm just going to go back on the stream now. Now you may want to use markups when you actually post anything in Google Plus, simply to make your posts more interesting. And there is a interesting article on helpmyseo.com which gives you exactly the markups which you can use to format your comments in Google Plus. You can see here that I've seen something which is quite interesting. And the thing about this is a very interesting post actually, and it's interesting enough for me to share with my own circle of friends and followers. So I'm just checking it out here. I'm going to plus one it next to show my appreciation of the post itself. And then I'm going to share it. And there is a little bit of an etiquette when you share something. And again, this is just a suggestion, but it does make for a lot better interaction. You can share it and you can label it any way you like, or you can address it or comment on it. As you can see, the original post shows up, not the person I found it through. And here I'm just including the person I found it through as a token of my appreciation for her help in finding this post. The entire concept behind G+ is that it leads to a kind of interaction which is like an online conversation. You can see I have gone into the post I interacted with earlier, and I'm just checking to see who has interacted with that. Somebody has +1 one of my posts, acknowledging that it was of value to them, and the person whose post I shared earlier has also +1 to my share, acknowledging the fact that she appreciates it. Recapping. When you're in Google+, you interact with people in your stream, or you post to the public stream to start a conversation, and you begin slowly to filter people out and put them in your circles. To find out how to format your posts, if you do not know already, go to helpmyseo.com. You +1 posts you like, so you can acknowledge them. You +1 comments you like, which someone has made to a post, so again you can acknowledge them and appreciate the comment. When you share content through others, you acknowledge them by including H*T. And that's shorthand for hat tip, and you put the Google+ name there. These are fairly simple interactions you have, and the etiquette is very relaxed. Google+ is a very relaxed environment, and these are just some technicalities to help you make the most of it. How you interact there and how far you go will depend entirely up to you, how much time you put in there, how much of yourself you invest in there, and obviously what sort of benefit it is to you in terms of the people you discover, the content you find there, and how much use of this is to you. I hope you enjoy your time there. This is David Amerland. Thank you for watching this.